What's up, everyone? Hope you're doing great. I hope you're having a great day. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to another video. Um, First of all, guys, before I go into the video, I would like to apologize for my voice today because I currently have flu. So my voice may be a little bit odd. I'm sorry for that in advance. And also, I apologize for not posting any videos on Friday or on Thursday for reviewing the Champions League fixtures. The reason why I didn't post any videos is because on Thursday I was really busy because I had to prepare for Friday, because Friday I had to go somewhere, like where I was going to spend the weekend. And that's why I wasn't able to actually do even a preview video of the Premier League, because I had another commitment basically to attend to for the weekend. So I really apologize for that. I apologize for not posting any content, but I am not busy at the minute. So yeah, that's why I'm back, and I'll just be reviewing the games that we're playing this weekend. Before I go into the review of the fixtures, I would like to ask you guys, please keep on subscribing. Please keep on subscribing to the channel. That really massively helps. I really appreciate that support. And also, please continue to push the thumbs up button to like the videos. And also, please push the notification bell so that you can get notified each time I post a new video. Apologize there, guys, again. It's the flu. Yeah, man, obviously, going on with the video, I will start with the game yesterday. Obviously, Super Sunday between Man City and Liverpool. Obviously, not a great result for City because we ended up losing the game. And yeah, man, I've listened to quite a few people who are basically talking about like why we lost, why we didn't play like the way we play sometimes, and well, most of the time. And I think, and also I heard a lot of people saying Milner pocketed Phil Foden for the whole game, and Virgil van Dijk pocketed Erling Haaland for the whole game. Obviously, that's all banter, and it's fun if you're not a City fan. But I like to also stick to the facts rather than just try and go with banter and all of that stuff. And don't worry about it. I'm not going to make an excuse and say the reason why we lost the game was because the referee disallowed our goal or whatever. Even though I think that was BS basically. That was a stupid decision from the referee to disallow our goal. But I'm not going to make an excuse about that. I'm just first going to talk about like the way we played in that game and why Pep probably chose that team. Because I've seen quite a lot of people kind of like questioning why Pep chose that team going into that game and all of that stuff. First, I think basically Pep played a system where he played a 3-4-3. So he played, in fact, no, I don't think, but he played a back three basically. And initially, when you look at the team sheet, Bernardo Silva would have been described as a forward. But Bernardo Silva played a lot deeper than a forward, and Gundogan was the one who was playing more advanced. So basically, even though we had a 3-4-3 formation with, or was it 3-5-2? I think it was a 3-5-2 with Rodri, De Bruyne, Gundogan as the three midfielders, and then you had Cancelo at right wing back and Phil Foden at left wing back, and then you had Haaland and De Bruyne basically playing as the two front men, or De Bruyne was on the side or whatever. It was something like that though. But basically, in terms of the average average formation we played in that game, Phil Foden was playing majority on the left and Cancelo was playing majority on the right, even though he wasn't really playing as a winger. Phil Foden was almost playing as a winger instead of as a left wing back, but Cancelo was playing as a wing back. He was not playing as the winger. And then De Bruyne was kind of drifting towards the side to try and find space. Gundogan was playing a bit further forward, and Roger was obviously the defensive midfielder trying to show up the defense. And Akanji, Diaz, and Ake started as the centre-backs. Diaz played as the middle centre-back, Ake played as the left centre-back, and Akanji played as the right centre-back. So that's the formation we played. That's not usually how we play, because we usually play a traditional 4-3-3 where we have a midfield three and we have a front three attacking, and then we have a right back and a left back. Now, why did Pep go with that team? In my opinion, I think Pep Guardiola, I think actually it was a genius move from him to go with that formation. And I know you might say that's stupid or that's ignorant of me because we lost the game. It's not like we won the game. But I think if we played a 4-3-3, we could have lost that game by more than one goal. And what I mean when I say we could have lost that game by more than one goal, for the way Liverpool set up in that game, where they were playing a 4-4-2 and they were being defensive against us and they were counter-attacking us. Now, the best way to play against Manchester City is to counter-attack them. If you look over the years, teams that have won against us, I'm thinking Man United, I'm thinking Crystal Palace, like even last season, even though last season we beat Man United both times, but 2 seasons ago, we lost against Man United both times, home and away, I think, if I remember correctly. And last season, we lost against Crystal Palace, couldn't beat them in the reverse fixture when they were playing at home. I apologize for that noise, guys. It's my niece. She just came into the room. Thing is, my mom is not here at the moment. Let me just fix my cameraman here. Yeah, my mom is not here at the moment, so like I'm with her, so she's just gonna keep coming and going. So I apologize for any noises she might make. But I was saying basically, if you look, for example, last season, we lost 2-0 against Crystal Palace at home. We drew against them when we played them against them away. We lost against Tottenham 3-2 at the Etihad. And we also lost against them at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium 1-0. Now, if you look at the common thing in all of those victories, even the Man United ones 2 seasons ago or 3 seasons ago when they were being coached by Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, if you look at all the common things from those teams, they counter-attacked us. The best way to play against us is to counter-attack us. But obviously, in order for that to work, you have to have quality players going forward. So if you think about Crystal Palace, for example, they've got Wilfried Zaha, they've got Elise, they had Conor Gallagher last year, they have a lot of pace in behind. And you think about Tottenham, they have Son, they have Kane, they have Kulusevski. And you think about Man United, Rashford, even though obviously last season Rashford was really poor, but Rashford is a great player when it comes to counter-attacking threat. And you think about Martial, also great pace in him. Great player to utilize if you're playing a counter-attacking style of football. So that's what Liverpool were doing yesterday. They counter-attacked us. They didn't go toe-to-toe like how they did against us last season, both home and away. When we played against Liverpool at the Etihad and when we played against them at Anfield, they went forward. They were playing us. They were counter-pressing us. They were pressing us from the front. They were trying to basically score the first goal. Whereas in that game, what they were trying to do initially was to defend before they attacked. So I didn't blame Pep Guardiola for playing a back three because you don't want to play a back four with Cancelo at right back who's not that great defensively. And we all saw that when he basically lost concentration and he misjudged he misjudged the situation when he was up against Salah and he dove to try and get to the ball first before Salah, and Salah just turns him, and then as a result of Salah turning him, Salah has a 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper and he scores, and ultimately we lose because of that goal. So Cancelo is not that great defensively. The only other fullbacks we have is Sergio Gomez, who's a young lad who came from Anderlecht in the summer, and Kyle Walker. Kyle Walker is currently injured. So it would have been very dangerous to play against a team that is counter-attacking you if you're going to play Cancelo at right back and you're going to play Sergio Gomez at left back, because both of them are not reliable defensively. So I'm certainly not willing to blame Pep for his team selection or to basically say he got it wrong yesterday, because I feel like for the way Liverpool played, that was the right style. Because if we played I apologize, guys. So if we played a full-on 4-3-3 system in that game where we were attacking, yes, we might have scored a few goals, but I bet you Liverpool would have scored more than 2 goals against us, because no matter how bad Liverpool have played so far this season, they still have the counter-attack. Like, they still have the world-class players in their squad, like Salah, like Van Dijk, like Firmino, who is very underrated, by the way, because people pay a lot of attention to how many goals he scored rather than the output he puts onto the football pitch. So I think it's For me, I think it would be a disservice if I would blame Pep. Or if I would say he got the team selection wrong. I think for that particular game, that was the right team selection. And also another reason I believe why we should not be saying he got the team wrong was because Liverpool actually scored one goal, and that goal was from a defensive error, an individual defensive error, which the coach can't do anything about. You can't blame a coach for an individual defensive error. And not that I'm blaming Cancelo for this, because this is a team sport. We lost that game. We all lost the game. Cancelo didn't lose the game. Man City lost the game. We all lost it. So I certainly, I'm not trying to finger point and say Cancelo was like, well, I am going to say Cancelo was shocking defensively yesterday. And even offensively, he didn't play that well. Apologize, the guys, man. My niece is disturbing me here because she's moving the video. So like, well, she's basically interfering with the ring lights, so that's kind of moving my phone. So basically what I was saying is that we actually lost the game because of one defensive mistake from Cancelo. So if that defensive mistake had not happened, probably the game would have been a draw. And going on to the decision with the referee to disallow our goal, I think that was a stupid decision from Anthony Taylor. A coach who used to coach Cardiff, I think it was 2 seasons ago, when Cardiff were in the Premier League, or 3 seasons ago, I don't quite remember. When Cardiff City were in the Premier League, their coach was Neil Warnock. Now, I still remember to this day why he said what he said about the referees in the Premier League. They were playing Chelsea and they were in a relegation scrap. They were playing Chelsea. Chelsea scored a goal and it was offside. Like, literally, it was blatantly offside. But the assistant referees did not see it. And as a result, the goal stood and Cardiff ended up losing the game. And they ended up being relegated in that season. And Neil Warnock said, we have the best league in the world, but we have the worst referees in the world. And I agree with him, because Premier League referees are stupid, in my opinion, to be honest. I don't know how La Liga referees are, because I don't really watch those leagues. But we hear all this crap and nonsense that about clear and obvious error when it comes to VAR, and about VAR not being here to re-referee the game or whatever. Yesterday, Erling Haaland is basically shoulder to shoulder against Fabinho. Fabinho is having a tug at him. He's having a tug at Fabinho. So, like, they're basically pulling one another. Haaland is obviously stronger than Fabinho, so he pulls Fabinho with, like, a lot more strength. Fabinho falls down, like, he basically throws himself to the ground. The referee does this. He literally says, get up, it's not a free kick. 5-10 seconds later, we score like 30 yards, like 30 yards forward, or 40 yards probably, even 50 yards. I don't quite recall where Erling Haaland was exactly, but he was literally probably 30 yards away from goal, probably minimum 30 yards away from goal. And we score. And the referee goes back to the decision that happened 30 yards further back from goal. And he basically says it's a free kick and he disallows the goal. That is absolute nonsense in my opinion, and it basically contradicts what they say about VAR, in that VAR is not here to re-referee the game. What do you call that situation then? Because the referee clearly didn't see it in real time if he said to Fabinho, get up. Or in real time, he thought Fabinho was soft and he went down too easily. Why then can't you stick with that decision? Because that was the on-field decision. Is that clear? Like, is that a clear and obvious error that's a foul? That's a blatant foul, and it should be like. And also another thing is that if the, if the referee does not give that as a foul, then I don't understand why we're going back to it. Because that's basically re-refereeing the game, in my opinion. Because if the referee doesn't see something, then the referee should not go back to it after a goal has been scored. But that's exactly what they did yesterday. And the referees in the Premier League also have no backbone. Because Anthony Taylor, first of all, he gives a verdict that it's not a free kick. And he says to Fabinho, you must get up. And then, when a review is recommended by VAR, he goes to the monitor, and we all know what's going to happen. We all know he's gonna change his decision because he doesn't have the balls to stick with his decision. So they have no backbone. These Premier League referees, and it was incredibly frustrating yesterday to get a goal to sell out. And Anfield is a very tough place to go to, and the first goal in the game is always crucial. That game is totally different if we score that first goal, or if that goal, rightfully so, stands. Because Liverpool now can't do this thing whereby they're sitting back. They have to come out at us. Otherwise, they're going to lose the game because we're just going to keep the ball. The game is totally different. But the referee, he basically crumbles under pressure, and he overturns the decision, which was absolute nonsense and absolute crap in my opinion. I think Anthony Taylor, all in all in the game, I don't think he was poor. But for that particular decision, I think it was a shocking decision from him. Because all game, he was actually letting soft free kicks go. And that was a soft free kick. And we score a goal, and he disallows the goal because of the free kick. So it was absolute nonsense in my opinion, and a load of BS, if I'm being perfectly honest, from Anthony Taylor. And it was a shocking decision from him. Honestly, Premier League referees are shocking. There's so many games so far this season where a team has either lost or drawn, or a team has won because a refereeing decision has gone in their favor. A team has lost or drawn because a decision has gone against them. Which, a decision wrongfully went against them. I'm thinking about the Chelsea game between Tottenham and Chelsea. Romero quite literally pulls Marco Correa by his hair. He basically pulls his hair until Marco Correa falls to the ground. The referees look at VAR and they say, well, nothing should be done there. No red card, no free kick, nothing. And 10, 20 seconds later, Tottenham score from the corner that basically happens after that phase of play. So I think, honestly, man, the Premier League referees they are shocking. VAR is not shocking, but the people using it are shocking. Because, I don't understand how you can look at something over and over again and still get it wrong. Honestly, I mean, I'm fed up with all these decisions with the referees whereby they are just shocking decisions from the officials. But all in all, we didn't create much in the game. And basically, with the whole thing I was basically making reference to with Erling Haaland being pocketed by Virgil van Dijk, or Phil Foden being pocketed by James Milner. Everybody knows that's a load of bullshit, to be honest. And the reason why I say that is because, Liverpool were literally sitting back and defending deep against us. And that's why it was very difficult for us to create chances. It's Liverpool have intelligent, good players. They're not Nottingham Forest or Bournemouth or whatever. They have intelligent players and world-class players. So if they're going to drop deep, and they're going to double on our wingers, because every time, especially in the first half, when Phil Foden was getting the ball on the left-hand side, he was coming up against Harvey Elliott and James Milner, because Liverpool were dropping deep, and they played a 4-4-2 system. Their right and left midfielders, the out-wide midfielders, were basically helping out the fullbacks. And that's why they were basically kind of doubling up on our wingers. And our wingers didn't have the space. Phil Foden only started getting some space when Bernardo Silva joined him on that left-hand side. And they were basically trying to create overloads in that left-hand side. And it was 2v2 or 2v1. That's the only time they actually Phil Foden actually started to get some joy in the game. So, I think it's obviously Liverpool fans are going to be bouncing up and down because they've had a poor start to the season and they've won against us, which is a good victory for them. And they want to say Virgil pocketed Haaland or whatever. I'm not really going to engage in that kind of talk because I don't think it's particularly constructive. And it's a situation where you can agree to disagree. Liverpool fans are going to look at it the way they want to look at it in terms of, our players are so good, they pocketed Haaland. But you can look at it factually and look at the tactics that were utilized. And I'm not criticizing Jurgen Klopp for playing the system he played. By no means am I doing that. you are entitled to playing each and every system that you want to play in football if you're a coach. There is no right or wrong system to play. You play any system that gives you the best chance to win. And that's what Jurgen Klopp did against us yesterday. I would have loved I would have loved it if Jurgen Klopp played the same way he played against Arsenal when he played against us, because I think we would have scored at least 4 goals against them if they played that way. But obviously Jurgen Klopp is no fool, and he knows that we have a lot more attacking threat than Arsenal, and they were carved open by Arsenal last week, and he wasn't going to fall for the same mistake. Credit to him. So, yeah, man, I think it was a good game of football. I was just trying to get my water there, guys. It was a good game of football, intensity-wise, and the crowd were up for it. They were passionate, as like Anfield usually is. But yeah, man, I think that's how the game panned out. I am not interested in kind of like criticizing Pep, because I think he came up with the best system in that particular situation with the squad of players we had. Because the reason why in previous seasons we've been able to play a back 4 against Liverpool and not concede as many goals is because we have Kyle Walker in our back 4, and Kyle Walker is very quick, and it's very difficult to counter-attack us when Kyle Walker is playing in our team, because he has that recovery pace. We don't have that if Kyle Walker is not in the team. So I don't blame Pep for going with that team selection. I think he was trying to give us the best chance of winning the game. And actually, if it was not for the referee, we would have actually taken the lead. And who knows what could have happened if that goal had stood, basically. But yeah, man, those are my opinions in the game, guys. If you have any different opinions, or if you have any objections with regards to the opinions that I'm making, you can comment in the comment section down below. And also, please, guys, continue to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so. Actually, I didn't mention this in the beginning of the video. I said I'm going to do a review of the Premier League games. I was just going to do the review of the Liverpool game and Liverpool versus City game here. Then I'm going to do the review of the other games in a separate video. So please continue to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so, guys. And also please push the thumbs up button to like the videos, and please push the notification bell so that you can get notified each time I post a new video. And yeah, man, guys, please keep supporting the channel, and I really appreciate that support. And have a great evening, and thank you for watching the video. Thank you for supporting the channel. I'll see you in the next one.